You're watching Guude. You're watching Guude. Fighting just to save our lives. Got you laughing every night.
Hello guys, welcome back. Another episode of Mindcrack. As always, this is Jason. And here we are. Another day on the server. So, since yesterday, a lot has happened, man. I woke up this morning, and by the way, it's 10 o'clock at night. It's no longer this morning. But I woke up this... Apparently, I have no errors. I bet I put them in here. Like an idiot. Yep, I did. I don't know where my bed's at. I've lost my bed. Woke up this morning, and we were over $3,000 raised for Extra Life Charity, and that was just, that was super amazing. As of 10 o'clock at night here on February the 6th, we are currently at $3,582 raised for Extra Life Charity, thanks to the generosity of you guys that are watching this video right now, and that makes me very, very happy. It warms my heart. Everyone is way more generous than I expected, and I don't know, I just love it, and I hate this guy right here. It's a love-hate relationship. So, what are we doing today, you're wondering? Well, I went and did a lot of exploring around this area today, and for a couple of hours trying to find a desert and stuff like that. There is no desert nearby, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to make a backtrack at some point to get some glass. There's, there's sand around, but there's not enough, and I need quite a bit. What I want to work on today is smelting up lots of stuff. So I want to set up kind of like our auto smelter that we've done back at spawn, but over here where we are living currently. So I'm clearing out kind of an area here. I'm gonna grab the sand though, because I want the sand. And today I'm gonna talk about, yesterday I mentioned there's a problem with our Pack South house, and I am now able to talk about that based on what our lawyers have told us. That's how lame it is that there's lawyers involved. But before we get to that, I'm going to read off some of the donations that we've received. What I've decided to do is, if it's an anonymous donation, I'm going to not include it here in the list. I've got a notepad up, so I'm more organized today than I was yesterday. I just randomly grabbed my iPad yesterday and went to town. Starting where we left off yesterday, Inara sent in $25. Basia sent in $100. Carter, $25. For the bunnies, $50. Speaking of the bunnies, you guys informed me that they can no longer be tamed, and that makes me very sad. Why you do this, Dinnerbone? Why you take away the love of the bunnies from our hands? We just want to touch them and rub them and love them all over and tend them. Why can we not tend the rabbits? Do I need to send you to oh god, of Mice and Men to teach you all about tending the rabbits? So anyways, Ryan, he says, good work, Jason. Or good work, Jason. I had to include that because, super cheesy and, yeah. You repurposed the word good, Ryan. He sent $25. John sent in $5. I want to include him here because he says he's planning on sending more money later. And I want to make sure everyone knows that if you don't have the money to donate to charity, please do not donate. This is for a good cause and all of that, but I don't want anyone feeling like they are pressured to donate. I know that sounds hypocritical because you're saying, well, wait a minute, Jason. You're saying you're not going to make content on the server unless you reach a certain goal. And yes, that is true. But if you don't have the money, you should not be sending money to other people if you are in need. So I just want to make that very clear how need works. Take care of yourself and your family first, and then if you have the extra money to help others, then by all means help others. But you should never feel like you may not be able to put food on the table or something like that. Not to say that's what John was saying, but I just wanted to get that out there and make sure everyone is on the same page here. Kristen sent in $25. Anonymous, he loves the new intro. Like I said, I was going to skip on Anonymous, but if you've written something, then I'll include it here. But he's also asking for a Zisto style prank. And Generic B was going to do a Zisto style prank. Part of his Hercules, I think I said that right, thing, and he did the spawn slime thing, and people were not impressed. They said that is not Zisto style. So I'm a little bit scared. I don't know, like, is there a scale somewhere? Like our scale from Badge to Anders? Do we have like a prank scale that I can refer to so I make sure I do it right? I feel like hardcore Zisto fans, no matter how good your prank is, will never feel that it's on a Zisto style level, right? And I have to admit, my brain, it works like a normal human being, not crazy like Zisto. So I don't know if I'm even capable of having such crazy thoughts as that man. I've probably incited his rage, and he will now come and do something terrible to me. Candace sent in $10. She said, "Thanks for getting me through high school. I'm not certain how I did that, but if I helped anyone get through the hell that can be high school, then I'm glad I've assisted you in that your journey." Oh, apparently I had another layer here I could have taken. Digger has a long note here, $25, and he says, "I've been watching since the end of season 1. I feel that I'm still in the Minecraft community after almost 4 years because people like you with the kindness and giving, especially the last, makes this community so unique. Thanks for your stories that made me laugh out loud in my office. Thanks for your seat, keep me on the edge of my seat, and most of all, thanks for being so willing to help kids now have a chance to have as much fun as we old Minecraft hands have had." Thanks for the long note there, Digger, and thank you for your generosity and your kind words. I'm not as nice as you guys make me out to be. And last but not least here, Ryan says, "I'm so glad you started doing something for charity that will be year-round thing. I've been looking for charities to donate to for a while, so this is perfect." And thank you, Ryan, for donating to Extra Life. I'm sure they appreciate it. So that is our wrap up there. And now let me move on to sadder, shittier news. So, if you guys have followed me for at least a year, you're familiar with how we do our conventions. We generally have a house where all the Mindcrackers are able to stay together, and we normally throw a party. For instance, I didn't meet Professor Shy Guy, but I did work out the deal with him at the last PAX for the intro that he has made for me now. So if it wasn't for our party where he performed last year at PAX East, that deal never would have happened. The same is true with Approaching Nirvana. They have since played at other of our parties and have said that they are happy to play at future ones, including our party that was intended for PAX East this year. We planned on booking the same location as last year, so we contacted the renters very early on back in November, and we let them know our intention of booking the house, and they confirmed our booking, making it a legal contract of booking. Our dates and rate were confirmed via written confirmation, and so we were good to go. We all booked our flights. For the most part, everyone's booked their flights. Plans were made. We booked the bands. We planned everything. We'd even worked out shuttle details in advance this time, because last year it was a little bit harder for some people to get all the way out to where the house was from PAX. So, 2 weeks ago, we are informed by the people that own the house that, well, it was a long process. At first, they suggested, the husband of the couple suggested that we increase our payment by a few $1,000s. Basically, they wanted about $4,000 more than what we'd already agreed to, in which we said, well, no, we've already made an agreement on the price and all of this stuff, so no. Then they said, "Oh, we don't allow events at the house. We see that you had an event at our house last year, and that's not something we allow." So then we referred them to their own contract and listing details where events are allowed. And they were like, "Oh, right." And then when it basically came down to it, the husband finally admitted that he had booked the house to someone else willing to pay more money. We just found out this, like, basically, a few weeks out from the convention. So at this point, all houses are booked. All hotels are pretty much booked. I have spent today, along with the other guys, well, me and Chad were on a call for 3 hours earlier looking and trying to work through what we were going to do and this has been going on for days now, trying to figure out what exactly we can do. Because not only do we not have a house now, but we don't have a location to host our event and stuff like that. So it's basically turned into a legal thing at this point. Our lawyers have taken over to enforce the contract, but their opinion and pretty much our opinion is as well, is after how we've already been treated and just the situation that it is, it doesn't make a lot of sense to stay there, even if we can reach some kind of settlement agreement between now and then. So we're just going to move forward on trying to recoup any loss that we have and damages as a result of the breach of contract, basically, which is really just an unfortunate shame. I don't understand why anyone would. I mean, I guess I understand why people would make decisions based on money, but it's just, I don't know. It's really hurtful to us and to you guys. I mean, some of the people that were planning on going are no longer able to come because the increasing cost. Basically, whenever we book these houses, the houses cost us around. Sorry, I'm trying to think how I want to build this. I want to build it out of stone brick, so I need to go ahead and get some furnaces going here. Generally, we, like a house for instance, at PAX South, the house we had, I don't remember the exact number of people staying there, but it ended up working out to $170 for each person for the entire trip. That's how much the lodging was. Now, if you compare that to a hotel, let's compare it to a hotel in Boston. A hotel in Boston for PAX is around $220 a night. So it goes from what we are expecting to each pay per person of about $200 to $1,500. And like for someone like Batch, who already has to deal with an international flight and the cost of that, it's just not feasible to suddenly have an additional cost of over $1,000. So basically, as a result of all of this, some of us aren't going anymore. I will still be going to PAX East. We have managed to work out some hotels at a much more expensive rate there near the convention. We've had some help from some of the exhibitors there. Game Wisp have helped us out. Just other friends we've made in the industry have helped us out to find the cheapest rates and exhibitor rates, things like that can really help us out to get so that we can actually get there and still put on our panel and all that type of stuff. So that is the story of PAX East. It is really, really upsetting. It's really unfortunate that it's come to this, and it just makes us all very sad. But we're doing the best we can to still put on a good show for those of you that have booked tickets and are planning on being there as a result of, at least, there are some people that are, that have said, well, we're going because you plan on being there. So, not necessarily me in particular, but, the group. So, like I said, we're doing the best we can to make sure that we can do what we can to be there and to put on our panel, do our normal meet and greets and signings and stuff like that. As for our normal party, which doesn't really normally affect the general public anyways, because it's generally, colleagues, streamers, that type of stuff. Like our party at PAX South, we ended up having almost 200 people in our house, but it was all, other Twitch streamers, and then, company type people like Twitch employees, employees of NVIDIA, just different stuff like that. So that's generally what our parties end up being, unlike our Minecon parties. And while I'm on the subject of Minecon, we had booked our airfare and our hotels last week, and then earlier today, me and some of the group had planned on coming in a week early, basically, into London. So we have booked our house for that as well, for the week before the convention, and then during the convention we will be there at a hotel near the convention center. Yeah, that's about it for that. Alright, I'm going to need quite a bit of stone, so I'm going to go up here and start leveling this out how we want it. I made a stairwell over here. So, I don't know who all's announced and who has not announced their Minecon dates and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna spoil that for anyone. But there is the house we rented today has 6 beds, but it's in London. There wasn't a lot of house choices that have a lot of beds. We generally try to find a place with like 10 or so beds. So we're gonna have a little bit of snuggling going on because there's a little bit more than 6 of us staying there. But it looks like a really nice place. So I'm actually looking forward to that, assuming that they don't contact us a week before we get there and let us know that they booked it to someone else. We've done a lot of these bookings, and this has never happened before. So I have not lost confidence in the system. I've just lost confidence in these particular bookers. So it's my lawyer has suggested I not link you guys to their listing or anything like that. So I don't want any kind of call to action here. But I do want to share. Basically, it was very important that we share what has happened because there are people that, like I said, have planned on coming. And, it's kind of our responsibility to let everyone know what's going on. All right, let's take a look at the facade here. But as you guys know, PlayOnCon is in July as well. And there's a cave up there I should take a peek at. And I will be attending that as normal. But the problem is it's July 9th, right? So I need more of you, basically. That's what this is boiled down to here. So I'll just make one more for now. So yeah, PlayOnCon is July 9th, and so that means I will be leaving from London and flying to, well, it ended up being cheaper. This is even crazier. It ended up being cheaper to do a round trip flight back into Raleigh, and then fly from Raleigh to Birmingham. So I'm actually coming back here, and then I am leaving here the next morning to fly to PlayOnCon. So that is my trip plan there. If you guys are planning on coming to PlayOnCon, the on-site hotels have already gone on sale and sold out. There are off-site hotels still available. So if you are interested in coming to that convention, I will be the president this year, and what that means is I get to host my own party. It's really a shame the dates because basically all the other Mindcrackers are like, I don't know if I can make it, man. I feel very obligated to go because of the whole I'm president thing. Honestly, if I wasn't president, as much as I enjoy that convention, I'd have to skip it because of the whole going to London thing right beforehand. I hate this raspiness I have in my voice right now. I feel like I'm like Nebris or something. I can't wait until my throat heals. It's like coffee. Just kidding. So anyways, yeah, I'm coming back from PlayOnCon, immediately turning around and going, or coming back from Mindcon, immediately turning and going to PlayOnCon. But, so anyways, the party I intend to host is going to be a Minecraft-themed, kids-friendly, because normally it's an adult party that people host. Ooh, creepy. So as I talked about it last year, there was another lady running. Her name was Andrea, and the person that we were both up against was kind of a jerk. And so we ended up joining our forces. I had way more pockmarks than she did, so she gave me hers. We basically agreed that at the end of it, whichever had the most would combine, because we didn't want the jerk to win. And so that's what we did. And I agreed with her that the adult theme party would be all hers. So she's gonna work that one out. She kind of wanted to do like a geisha theme party, so that sounds fun. So my party will be a Dominoes-themed Minecraft party during the day for the kids, and then at night there will be a geisha-themed, I assume still, geisha-themed party that she hosts for the adults. If you're wondering what PlayOnCon is, if you're not familiar with what PlayOnCon is right now, and you want to know, and you're considering going, it is a family-friendly convention. But that said, it is more themed towards adults, in my opinion. There's a lot of drinking. There's a lot of gaming, but a lot of the gaming is more, adults gaming, basically. But that said, my wife, daughter, and nephew will all be there. And like last year, my daughter really enjoyed building remote rockets and then shooting them off. Or not remote, but like air powered launching rockets or whatever. And there's, like I said, there are things to do for the kids during the day, but then at night the whole thing turns into an adult drunken adventure at the pool, basically. All right, I don't know how much room I need. I want to like kind of want to have like a lookout here to this area. But I'm hoping that Paws and Chad and some of the other guys end up making it again this year. I know Chad has been considering it. Like I said, we spent a while today looking at flights, trying to figure out what we were going to do. Earlier this year, the plan was Doc and Pyro and everybody was going to come. But like I said, Minecon has kind of screwed up our plans to some degree. I hate that Minecon is during a U.S. holiday, man. My flights, I've been saving my Sky Miles because I was going to fly first class. You know what? How do you make the brick? It's just, oh man, I think I'm wasting time here. I could be silk touching this because it is just 4 of these, right? Yeah, that's all I want is some stone brick. So let me get to silk touching this. It's a little bit slower though. But yeah, I was going to fly first class with Sky Miles. I've been saving my Sky Miles for quite a while now with that plan of flying first class to Minecon. I had planned on doing it last year. And then when it didn't happen last year, I started spending some of my Sky Miles because I've been looking, like I said, year-round, trying to figure out what the cost was going to be on a first class ticket to Europe. Because there's beds, man. I really wanted a bed. So I can, like, relax. I've flown first class a few times here in the last year for different conventions when the price is right. Like for example, just whenever we just went to PAX South, flew first class because you get 3 check bags. So actually me, my wife, and my daughter all 3 flew first class. But it was only another $180 on top of the normal price, and we each had 3 check bags because like my daughter's car seat was considered a check bag. So we would have had to pay $150 in baggage fees. So really it was only a $30 expense above what we were already going to pay if you count the baggage fees. So to me it's pretty damn reasonable. And the flight experience is night and day, I tell you. It is it is way nicer. It's to me it feels like going to a restaurant to some degree. It puts you in a situation where you don't feel so sardine in a can-ish, I guess. And I'm normally pretty good on flights, but something has happened since my daughter was born, and I get anxiety now, like it's like the fear of death or something, and like the fear of leaving my family behind, I think is really what it boils down to. And so I've been getting more and more anxious on planes where that didn't used to happen. So I think that that for whatever reason, being immersed into a first class situation is better for that anxiety. I haven't felt that anxiety when I fly in first class. So as long as the price is reasonable, that's what I think I'm going to continue to do. But like I said, it really depends on the price. Like for example, my flight to Boston was $114, but for first class it was like $1,200. So it's like, yeah, obviously not. I mean, that was something I had to weigh too. After all this bullshit with the pack stuff is, okay. So I'm $114 in the hole right now. That's my expenses that I've wasted. Beyond that, there is no other loss. I was expecting to spend about $300 on our house, but now I'm looking at $1,200 for a hotel room. So it's like, can I really justify spending another $1,200 to go to PAX East, or should I just tell the world, listen, I'm very sorry, but we got screwed and I can't go. But with everyone else, making it happen and going and stuff like that, and it was going to be really hard to not go because I do feel obligated to you guys, the community, everyone that's bought tickets, all of that stuff, to be there as a part of Mindcrack. So it's just a shitty situation. Is really what it boils down to. I need a different. Oh, that pig came back. Welcome back, sir. I'll use you until you disappear again. I don't need the silk touch. I'll just use the fortune pick. It's faster. Someone linked me to a picture today of the best beards on Mindcrack. They tweeted it to me, and I wasn't in there, man. Wasn't in the picture. Had Seth and Anders and Kurt and Beef and I don't remember who else. I think it was one more. Anyways, I wasn't included. So I shaved my beard off. I did actually shave my beard off. That wasn't necessarily why, though. I decided. My wife has been, for those that were at PAX at our house, they got to hear it firsthand. But my wife is not a fan of the beard. She's been wanting me to get rid of it for a while now, and so I figured I would shave it off, make her happy. All right, so I want to set up something similar to what we have at spawn. You just keep coming back. You're like I don't know, an STD. Bad cold, I think it's the word I wanted. Let's see here. It doesn't have to be as efficient or as pretty as the one there. Honestly, I don't. In fact, let's go ahead and let's make you disappear again. Oh, that was quick. Let's just start with this right here. And so the furnaces side by side thing just didn't really work really well in the other one because of the hoppers and stuff like that. So let's see here. I do want them. I have some extra hoppers back at spawn, man. I should have brought those with me. This is all my iron. It's unfortunate. Let's put some of this stuff in here. So that's my convention story for the year. I've been considering not going to PAX Prime this year, which I know some people have messaged me already saying that they're already planning on PAX Prime and they're gonna get to meet me for the first time and all that. So if you're one of those guys, I'm sorry for this news, but I'm highly considering not going. And the reason why, it isn't because I don't like going to PAX Prime. I really enjoy Seattle just as a whole, and I also enjoy getting to hang out with all the Mindcrackers and just getting to see you guys. And it's a different part of the world that, you know, you don't get to come to. Well, more than likely, you don't get to come to PAX East and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to take these three here. So it is good, you know, it's good to get to go to all these different places because, you know, not everyone can go everywhere. But what has been going on with me is just that, you know, my daughter. Okay, here's what happened. PAX Prime. Before I went to PAX Prime this last year, you know, we've been working on potty training. Everything was going fantastic. Daughter was pretty much, you know, doing well when it came to potty training. Everything was going well, and I left for PAX Prime, and it was a complete relapse. We basically started over at square one when I got back. How do we want to do this? We'll do it like that, or since we're not gonna put them side by side. Let's redo this thought here. And since then, we've had really hardly any luck resuming the potty training. I mean, we're trying really hard. She wants to start dance classes and stuff like that, but you know, we can't. You know, she needs to be potty trained to do that. So we've explained to her what's going on here. You know, you have to be potty trained in order. You can't wear a diaper if you're going to go to these things. And so we're just you know, we're not guilting her or anything like that. We're just trying. What it really worked before was like a sticker type system where each time she was successful, we would give her a sticker, or you know, each time she actually sat on the pie. It didn't matter if she was successful or not. Just sitting there and giving it a shot and trying that about once every 45 minutes or so. And that worked pretty well. But like I said, I was gone, and when I came back, it was all for naught. Everything that was working was just gone. And any attempts we've made to get her back where we were has just been, like I said, a big failure. And so what that tells me is that she just was not good with me being gone. And I mean, I could even tell, she would call me and we do FaceTime and stuff like that. And she would get really upset. I mean, it was just very obvious that this just was not working. So what we did for PAX South was everyone came, we all came together. And I was also planning on doing the whole Texas thing after, which if you haven't seen that video, I recommend giving it a go. I I'm not satisfied with the content I created in Texas. Well, the video I put out today was okay. I don't know. I watched it back a few times and I considered just not even releasing it because I don't know. I just talk too much and I don't know. There's a little bit of TMI in there, I think. And also, I became I have this problem. I don't know what it's called. There is an actual term for it. I've read about it before where when I'm around a situation where my accent needs to change to fit in, it just does. And I don't realize it does this. I don't notice it. But if you watch that video, you'll notice I became a full-fledged Texan. And, yeah, no, that happened. But it did. And, yeah. The accent just changed. And so when I was watching this back, I was like, who the hell is this guy? What is he? Why does he speak like that? And, so that was a little bit weird, too, just for me, that's not my normal accent. But it just came out, man. I was in Texas, and therefore this is how I must speak now. Oh, God. That was weird. DC'd. So, yeah. I do not know why I became such a redneck when I was in Texas, but there you have it. But anyways, that was episode 1 that I put out today. Just walking around the pasture. From there, we went down, and my wife dropped me off where I used to pick up or walk to the bus or walk home from the bus to that house. And then I just did that walk while doing the same type of walking and talking type of thing. And then I think that was all I did that day. I'm trying to remember what day that was. Can't remember if that was the Friday. We went down twice. But then the second time we went back, I was kind of on my own. My wife wanted to do some laundry because we hadn't done any laundry since we had left the house, so we were in need of more clothing. We had, well, her more so than me. I'm pretty good. I have enough clothes to get about a 2-week trip. And of course, I pack way too much whenever I'm going away, anyways, as it already is. Just because I like to have variety and I don't know, what if I spill something on my shirt or I don't know, what if someone pukes on me? that sort of thing. So I normally bring more clothes than I technically need to these type of things. Anyways, I dropped my wife off and daughter off, and they were doing laundry. And then I went out and I went to the flea market, and I got some really good footage of the flea market. I like that stuff. I wish I had spent a little bit more time there. Looking back at it, it's only about 8 or 10 minutes or so. And I took my GoPro off and stuff when I talked to the new owners of it. And I wish I hadn't done that too. I think it's a little bit weird walking around with a GoPro attached to your head, right? So I felt a little bit subconscious doing that. Just even in the stuff that you guys have already seen, it felt a little bit weird to be walking around, even when no one else is around, with the GoPro strapped to your head and holding a camcorder on a monopod. At any rate, I did it. So let's get a workbench up here. Tired of walking in there to use a workbench. So yeah, the flea market was really good because I got to talk to the new owners of the flea market, and they gave me permission to walk around and all that stuff. So that all was good stuff, and I like how everything there turned out. I'm glad that I'm able to share that with you guys because I think that that's one of the places that has come up more than once in my videos, and you guys have never got to see it. So I think that'll be a good one. I think I just shave off the front of this to some degree. I want to keep that waterfall there. See how this looks here once in regard to my beard, I don't know why everyone finds beard such a endearing quality within the Mindcrack group. The fans really seem to enjoy whenever we have facial hair, and I'm not sure if it's because it's I think that well, I don't know. It's all speculation as to why it's something that people gravitate towards. I think it's a mix of when I look at Beef's fans, I find that his demographic is 12-year-old females, and then when I look at someone like Kurt's fans, it's a mix. And so I think it's basically that the fan base is some of the fan base is younger, and that's the majority that I believe gravitate towards the facial hair just because they can't grow it yet or never will because they're female. But I don't know because my fan base is not technically that for the most part according to my YouTube analytics. I've actually lost. I used to be about 18% female, and now I'm down to 10% female. So I've lost 8% of my female audience, and I guess that just means that I don't appeal to females. I don't know how I ever got my wife. It's a miracle. So if you're female and you hear this, you're one of 10% of my viewers. Got me all to yourself. Alright, so I'm going to put glass in here, glass panes up against all of this. Down there will be our smeltery, and once we get that worked out, then I'm going to go back over to the hospital. What I've decided for the hospital is I'm going to do something similar to what I did in my Season 3 house. So it's not going to be a real tall hospital. It's going to be kind of a short hospital, and then you'll walk in the front door, and there'll be like a reception area and stuff like that, just a general hospital stuff. And then there'll be a stairwell down on each side of the reception area. And then once you go down the stairs, like there'll be different rooms. And I'm going to do it similar to how I did Season 3, where the donations are based on like how much each donation is. There'll be a different block that I associate with it. I don't know if I'll do diamond again. That was kind of hard to keep up with. Maybe I'll do diamond for anything $500 or more, so there won't be insane amounts of those necessary. Yeah. Look at this lady. Hey. Oh, of course, poison me by all means. Slap it in my face. Woman. Oh, that's right. I figured she had done healed by now. What'd she drop? Was that a potion? Oh, redstone. Boo. Boo, I say. Yeah. I'm satisfied with what we've got accomplished today. Need to check out and see what's up there. And just light up this area more. So I don't have this type of mess going on. And there's some good caves in here. I'm going to try to get someone out to do an app of caving with me this week. Chad and I got something planned for this week too. He's got a milestone coming up, and so that's in the works. But I think I'm going to end today's episode here. I just want to thank everyone again for their generosity that's helping out the kids and with Extra Life. I really appreciate that. It's just super awesome. I can't come up with better words to describe how it warms the cockles of my heart. I'm gonna break through over here. Break out. right over here. Come on now. Yeah. Get lit up, cave. Alright. Well, that's going to do it for me today, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. And I will see you guys in the next episode tomorrow. Bye-bye. I want you to face the other way. Can you do me a favor and go right to... Thank you. Alright. Alright. Look at this guy here. So our storefront is going to look like a turtle. Today you will be our Mona Lisa. You will sit there, and we are going to paint you in 3D, my friend. Alright, it's hanging off the back bay here. Which way do we want him to face? Should he face... What was that? Is that there a second ago? Did I just not see it? What the hell is it? Dude, you're not even in frame. This guy typing with his boxing gloves. What the hell is it? Oh, it's a hammer with the tiniest little handle you've ever seen. The tiniest little handle you have ever seen. Look at that thing. It is so tiny. Anders. It's the tiniest little thing. You can play with it with your forefinger and your thumb. You can't even get your hand around it. Poor Anders. Wow. Alright, so apparently we don't have to actually stay in our plot. Tiniest little handle I've ever seen. Alright, let's work out our dimensions on this guy here. That's gonna be 1 pixel, obviously. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, we gotta shim off 2 pixels on this guy. Is it the same this way?